what the world is watching. Try again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, BK and the Xbox Beer and Kebab, the racing guru, and welcome to Friday Race Night RRF1. It could be the championship decided tonight. We are in Japan, and joining me in the commentary booth tonight is a man who needs no introduction, well known to Talk of the Devil and XRL. He is with us tonight commentating. It is Kenzie Retro. Fraser, good evening.
Good evening, good sir. How's it going?
Very well. It's a pleasure to have you in the commentary box tonight, and I cannot wait to call the action on this race tonight. I think it's going to be absolute stonker. We've got a really, really good driver list tonight. I'm just going to do a quick check in the audio for anyone watching on stream. Quick audio check. Is it all pretty good? Hopefully it's you can hear us both chatting away. But yeah, it should be an absolute belter tonight, Fraser. I think we've got a full lobby tonight. The championship is up for grabs. So there's so many permutations though, but it looks like Ben could do it tonight as long as he doesn't die.
Yeah, all he has to do tonight is win the race, and that's it.
Yeah, there are some permutations which I will try and put up on stream in a bit before they get going. But first things first, this is something a little bit different. We've actually got, Fraser, a circuit guide for Japan, a little video I put together earlier. So I'm just going to put it on now and give you guys the guided tour around Suzuka. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with an interactive track guide around Suzuka, Japan. And we're on board of Lewis Hamilton's audio and Pierre Gasly's car as he comes around to start his flying lap. And he's full on the throttle here, as you can see, into 8th gear, over 200 miles an hour as you come down to turn 1 and turn 2, tricky parts of the track. Full speed through there, then start applying the brakes, you run the inside curb, let the car drift out, and then get fully on the power again as we come into the S's. As you can see, with the high downforce cars of these cars, they really do hug the corners extremely well. As we come to the S's, nicely done through there. As we come up through towards the Dunlop curb, again, now you can apply the throttle, full throttle as we come up towards Degner's 1 and 2. Use the inside curb there, let the car drift wide, and again use the inside curb and the outside curb, applying the throttle as we come down towards the hairpin, which is a 3rd gear corner, dropping down to around about 75-80 kilometres an hour. Then full on the throttle again, so with a very tricky part of the track, very bumpy. The car tries to step away from you here as the track falls away in towards the famous spoon corner, dropping down to 6th and 5th gear, dropping down to 4th momentarily, then back up to 5th as you apply the throttle coming out of spoon. Very good exit there, up the back straight, absolutely flat out now, coming towards 200 miles an hour as we come up towards the famous 130R corner. I think the fastest and best corner on the circuit, on the calendar, as we then come into the Prost Senna chicane, which is the final couple of small corners on the track. Again, applying full throttle as we come up towards the start-finish straight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you drive around Suzuka very quickly, unlike me. So there you have it, ladies and gents, something a little bit different, an interactive guided tour around Japan. And if you guys like that, if it works all right, it's something we plan to do every week, just before we get going. But we are about to go live to Suzuka, so I'm going to get ready to press the old magic button on the expensive, no expense spared satellite dish, and we'll go live to Japan. I'll give you a rundown of the runners and riders here as we are about to get underway. Woo! I'm excited about this one. I really am, mate. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. But here we go.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right,
you and me both. This is definitely one of those circuits that fans really look forward to every season, especially with some of the historic moments that we've seen over the years. In particular, with the famous battles that we had between Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna.
Oh, yeah.
For the 89 and 90 World Championships. Both championships being decided in those races, and on both occasions it was between Prost and Senna.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm old enough and ugly enough to actually remember being up in the early hours of the morning watching it on BBC Two, I think, when they showed them live back in the day on the old terrestrial channels.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but Japan, a very technical track, Fraser. It really does test the drivers. You've got a lot of bumps, a lot of adverse camber, almost blind corners. Man. And I've just been told, by the way, in the chat, it's a wet race. Oh my God. Anything could happen. We've got a wet race here. This is going to be...
Well, that's definitely going to make things interesting for Ben's chances for the championship.
Well, yeah. I mean, the permutations... I will put the permutations up later on in the chat, ladies and gents. I have got a little list that Skillen did earlier, a couple of days ago, of how Ben can win or lose the title tonight. So we'll have to find out. But let's give you a quick rundown of the drivers. We've got Vic, of course, most guys know him as Max Verstappen 30, but Vic... Oh, and Vulcan's almost lost it straight away in his outlap. Wow, just spotted that. That
was the dig the corners.
Yeah, dig the two.
Speaking from experience, folks, I was at the track trials at this track on Tuesday night, which this man was commentating for.
I was on board.
It is so easy. It is so easy to run wide and lose control of the car.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it is very difficult to stop without causing any damage to the car.
Absolutely. I mean, that sort of goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. It's such a technical track. It is slippy track. You've got to be on the ball. Let's give you a very quick rundown of the drivers. And we've got Vic, we've got Vulcan, Tomster, Jono, Scotty, Dean, Andy B, Lost Soul, Wybinator, Lou, Skillian, Dragoon, Didcot, Poz, Pete, Muirhead, Discreetly, Ben Prime, Antstan, and King Chris. Full lobby. Now, some of you might have seen my little spoof on the Facebook page earlier. My little Car Wars Episode 4 trailer. Is Antstan going to be the perfect teammate tonight, or is he going to be Ben's worst nightmare? We're going to find out in a bit, ladies and gents. On board with Vulcan as he comes through the S's on his first flying lap. Qualifying looks like it's going to be dry, yep. Fraser, so I'd imagine probably these guys will be looking to get into the 28s, 29s in qualifying.
Potentially, yeah. I've just seen Vulcan go through the S's. I mean, you've said it yourself. It's definitely it's probably the most technical section of the track, of anywhere on the track.
Yeah, indeed it is. Vulcan comes down towards the hairpin. This is again another. Oh, he's got the back end snapped out there as he came out of the hairpin. It's not looking very stable in that Renault at the moment. This is a tricky part of the track. This is where the track kind of falls away a little bit. You get a bit of adverse camber, very, very bumpy as you come in towards Spoon. Let's watch this line through Spoon.
Yes,
quite deep through Spoon there.
Yeah, especially in this early stage in qualifying where the track is not very well rubbered in, so there's not going to be much grip out there until time goes on throughout the session, assuming you make it into the later parts of qualifying.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, you've got a green track. You've got drivers who are not themselves warmed up yet. We could see some incidents here in qualifying. So a quick look at the chat. Good evening, Ralph. Good evening, Jock. King Chris is in there. Gaza B. Good evening, matey. Hope you're doing well. Dex Vinyl. Thank you very much for the audio check. Much appreciated. Welcome. Lost Soul. Sneaky Wolf. Good evening. Okay, Pete's managed to get back into the session. That's good news. I think Vulcan's going to probably go again. His initial lap was a 31.6. We'll jump on board though with another couple of drivers. We've got Victor coming in towards the Prost Centre chicane. Let's see what time of lap he's gone for the soft. Everyone's going for the softs in Q1. Let's see what time he can set DRS open. And it's a 1:30.2. Pretty tidy there on the softs. Oh, and Vulcan there is off the track. Dean invalidated his first lap. He is coming through, just coming out of the S's at the Dunlop curve. I've just seen Vulcan's car parked up, mate. He's missing an M plate or perhaps something even bigger. A base with the 1:29.2. First good lap of the race of qualifying so far. What's Andy B doing? I think he's
there he is. Vulcan actually getting himself back up and running now. He was just letting some of the faster cars go through. A base is fastest at the moment. I mean, you said the 29s, and he's the first man to get into them in the early stages of qualifying. 29.295, comfortably quicker by about a second ahead of Viktor Reznov.
Well, here comes Lost Soul coming through, otherwise known as Sneaky Rob. Big lock up there as he comes into the Prost Centre chicane now. Did he get an invalidation there, or is that a decent lap? No, it's let him get away with it. As he comes through the cross finishing line, 129.8, but he puts him into second place. Tidy lap there from Souls. Who else have we got out and about on the fly at the moment? Wybernet is just coming through the Prost Centre chicane. Wybernet stepping up from Division 3 to Division 2 tonight with a 130.1. Who else is that about? Skillian is coming up the back straight towards 130R. Let's see what time he can set. Of course, 130R, Fraser, is one of my favourite corners of the entire calendar because it is just flat out, balls to the floor, just as fast as you can go.
Yeah, absolutely. You've definitely got to be very brave to be able to go over and overtake on that corner, especially with some of the very brave manoeuvres that we've seen over the years. In particular, Japan 2005, one of my favourite races of all time.
Oh, is that the Alonso one?
Schumacher, Alonso, 180 miles an hour on the outside of 130R. Martin Brundle said it himself. They're lucky they didn't have an enormous accident at the end of it all.
Well, just watching Anstand coming up the back straight towards 130R. Of course, I think in one thing they haven't changed in this game, so I believe this is now a DRS straight, isn't it? The back straight up to 130R. But not in this game. It should be. Even if it's not in real life, there should be a DRS zone there. It's one place I'd like to see one. Right, let's see what...
Yeah, but you've got to bear in mind, it can be very easy to lose the back end with the DRS open.
Oh yeah.
If you end up using the DRS round 130R.
But that's the fun. That's the fun element of it. Can these guys hold it or get the DRS closed before they go through 130R? Anstam, by the way, sets a 29.5, positive 29.6. So a couple tenths off a base there. We've got a few cars on outlaps at the moment. We've got Andy B is coming down towards Spoon. Pete's behind him. Newhead's through Degnan 1 and 2. I'm going to jump on board of Ben Prime, coming up towards 130R. He's about to prep up for his fast lap, I think. Yep. Jackie Stewart's in the chat. Good evening, mate. How are you, dude? Right, here comes Ben Prime, our championship leader. We'll stay on board. We'll watch this hot lap from Ben. Currently sat around about 100 points in front at the moment. Is he going to take the title tonight, or will it go on to Mexico? It will be revealed in about the next hour and a half, ladies and gentlemen, and we do have a wet race. I've been reliably informed. Ben, I tell you what, I'm just on board with Ben. He's quite conservative there for the S's. Just come through the Dunlop curve. He was quite conservative through there. Whether he just wants to get a banker in first. These are the Degner corners. Coming down towards the hairpin. Heavy on the brakes there, down to second gear, back up to third. Interesting call actually, because a lot of people use second gear at that hairpin. Ben's gone for third to try and avoid the wheel spin coming out of the corner, which I think is a good idea. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. Being conservative with going around that corner to try and preserve the tyres. I wouldn't blame him because he might possibly go there. Because we've seen from the previous races we've seen here over the course of this weekend, over the course of this week, I should say, including the track trials, a lot of the drivers have gone for the medium to soft strategy for this race.
This is a quick time from Ben. Fastest we've seen so far, 29.1, setting the benchmark for the other guys to follow. Andrew Burns about to cross the finish line for his first legitimate lap, 130.2. I think Pete's just behind him. Yeah. What can Pete do? Pete, 29.8. Looking pretty tight there. Rich Bishop.
Fifth. Fantastic lap from him.
Yeah, it's a good lap that. Rich Bishop, thanks for the resub, mate. That's 4 months, tier 1. Rich, you are a legend. Cheers for the sub, dude.
Yeah, we've got Muirhead coming through the cross center chicane now.
Oh, let's
going
watch
around
Muir.
the final corner in the Haas. And he's across the line, goes seventh.
Now
130.0. That's a great lap.
It is a good lap. I mean, Muirhead will be hoping that his race will last a little bit longer this week than it did at Russia last week, which lasted approximately 35 yards. I don't know if you saw that. It's well worth a watch. Fraser or the guys in the chat, it was an epic crash. A base lost it at the start, and 3 cars went airborne, and it was absolute carnage. They're still picking bits of carbon fibre and body parts out of the barriers. We've got a car there in just past the Dunlop curve on the grass. Who was that? It's Jilku.
Oh dear. Yeah, I say I've literally just got the info through from one of our racers, Mark Robbins. He said he got the info from Daniel, one of the races that's taken part this weekend. He said, definitely confirmed. Going to be a wet race, and it's going to be heavy rain at the start.
Oh yeah. That's what we'd like to see. Right, here comes Dean Alex and his comeback for driving in Division 2. Of course, he's our resident war hero. Just about to cross the finish line. What can he do? This is looking pretty tidy from Dino. It's a 1:29.1. It's the fastest we've seen so far. Wow.
29.0 even.
Excellent lap. 0:09. Wow. Outstanding time.
Almost into the 1:28s.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick lap, Fraser. Jono is just on his way through to enter the S's now on his first flying lap. Let's see what he can do. Now, what I found last night, because we found obviously through the S's, the curbs catch a lot of people out. What I did, it really did help me, was I ran a very... Oh, Dean Alex has spun. I use very soft suspension, which allows me to use the curbs quite aggressively here and not lose the back end. As Jono comes down towards the hairpin. See, he drops right down to first gear, where Ben Prime took it in third. Cheers, Rich. Good evening, Dan Pennells. Jackie Cole. Good evening, mate. Of course, Jackie Cole would normally be driving tonight, but he is in Budapest, Hungary, on the piss, I believe, using his Hungarian pikey Wi-Fi. Good evening, Jackie. Let's watch John as he comes at the back straight towards 130. Are absolutely flat out through here. Let's see what sort of lap time he can set as he comes through the Prost Centre chicane. All looking pretty tidy through there.
Yeah, we had discreetly he was on a flying lap, but it got invalidated, so he's going to have another crack at it.
Okay, we'll jump on board with discreetly. John moves to the 7th for the 129.667. So we'll jump on board with discreetly. Of course, his teammate Tobster is realistically the only person who could possibly rain on Ben's parade. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Of course, Tomster and Discreetly both in the no racing points, as you so often put. So often put it.
Oh, Discreetly's binned his lap, mate. Discreetly's binned his lap again.
Oh, he's almost lost it. Oh, he managed to prevent it from going into the wall there. He's lucky.
I'm not sure what he was doing, because he was in first gear, pootling along about 30 miles an hour. And he nearly put the front end in the wall. But I think he's prepping for another fast one. He's running 0 ERS at the moment, so we'll stay on board with him. Actually, but no, we won't. We'll have a look at Tomster, because Tomster is behind him on a flyer, just coming out of the hairpin in the No Point Racing car. Got to give a shout out to
coming up the spoon now.
Yeah, just coming through spoon now. Let's have a look at his line through here. That's a tidy line, that just brushes that inside curve.
Oh, there we go.
Handstand 28.999.
Handstand first man into the 128s.
Good time there from Anstey. Wybernet is retired now. Is that an incident?
Wybald's out.
Oh, Jono! Oh, Jesus! Jono and Tomster! Wow! Jono saw Tomster at the very, very last second. Wow!
And despite that,
it still says a 129.6. You know what?
Oh, that would have been scary.
They do say that Senecot is the best known laxative on the market. I beg to differ. The best laxative on the market is seeing a car appear in front of you when you're doing 200 miles an hour like Tomster was there. I bet he absolutely shit himself. Woof!
Yeah.
Man.
Moving away from Formula One for a moment, I was at the cinema earlier today watching Le Mans '66. Just came out in cinemas today, and it's not very often I can say I think we could have a serious contender during awards season for a sports film.
Really? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, the last Grand Prix film I saw was Rush, which was it was okay. There's a lot of made up stuff in that film, sadly. Andrew Byrne, by the way, switched into a 12th place with a 1:29.
You do tend to find that.
Creative license.
You do tend to find that.
Yeah, the old creative license.
Yeah, you do tend to find that. Yeah, because the historic, some of the historical accuracies changed for creative purposes, but not really much we can do about that.
Oh, Andrew Byrne's lost it. He has said a lap, but he's lost it at the S's. He's put it on the gravel. Going to jump on board with King Chris coming through Sector 1 now. Skillen, thanks for the follow, dude. Got to give a shout out to the
only driver.
Yeah, Scotty's
Scotty's the only driver not to set a lap time at the moment, and he's only got about 90 seconds left. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get one in.
He won't be actually setting.
He's still in the pits.
He won't be setting a lap time.
He's out.
He has a qualifying ban. He does have a qualifying ban, which he's serving. What will also happen, because it was due to a race quit, he will serve the quali ban, and also he has to pit. He has to do a mandatory pit stop
on lap
one. End of lap 1. Yeah. Just to let anyone know who is in the chat wondering why hasn't he gone out, that is the reason why he's got the quali ban. I've just got to give a quick shout out to the Destiny 2 crew. That's Pos, Big Hairy Cock, Lost Soul, Wybernator, King Chris. There you go, the Destiny 2 boys. Why you're playing that god awful game, I do not know. Just kidding.
Well, let's put it this way. I was actually playing a bit of Destiny 2 earlier this week, and there's just something that's oddly satisfying about having such a powerful weapon and just annihilating everything in my way.
I do that in F3 quite a bit on the Thursday nights, just annihilating everything that gets in my way, whether it's legal or illegal. Right, on board of King Chris. He's going to start his flying lap now in the orange car in the the McLaren. I always get them two mixed up because I'm just thick as pig shit. Yeah. Let's watch him through turn 1, turn 2.
Anstan's retired from the session. He's more than happy with what he's done. Reznov, that's a big risk retiring from the session.
15th place.
Run the risk of actually being eliminated.
I mean, unless has he actually retired though, or has he had an incident somewhere, or perhaps it's a tactic? I don't know, because
there's yellow flags in Sector 3, so what that could be about remains to be seen. Dragoon's just retired from the session. He's not going to be able to make any improvements.
Okay, I'm just on board with King Chris at the moment, so he comes down towards the hairpin. We've got King Chris. Skillian's not going out, so Skillian is definitely out of qualifying. So it's all now depends on whether or not King Chris can find the 10th that he needs to get himself into Q2.
Yeah, that's not much to find in the grand scheme of things, because it's going to be a case either King Chris or Reznov that are going to be out in this part of qualifying. We'll see what his Sector 2 time is shortly.
He was up in Sector 1. He was 3/10 up in Sector 1. Whether he's held it in Sector 2, he's looked fairly tidy. Yeah, he's 2/10 up. He's 2/10 up. So
he's only lost a 10th, but he's still going strong.
He should be into the 29s. Tidy for the cross centre chicane. Yeah, this is looking like it should be enough. That horrible little bump there at the round the corner, but yeah, this is looking fine.
Yeah, watch the clock, and
he's through. He's through by just under a 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, Q1 is done and dusted. We have 5 people dropping out of Q1, top 15 through to Q2. So we'll be losing Victor, Joel Coot, Skillian, Dragoon, and Scotty obviously serving his Q-ban. Jock says in the chat, can Scotty pit lap 1 and go hard to the end? Yes, because I did it yesterday, mate. I did it comfortably. 26 laps on the hards is not a problem around here. But apparently it's going to be raining, so that's a moot point.
Well, that's definitely going to make things very interesting.
It will. I can't wait for a ret race around here, man. It's going to be so cool. The big question I've got is, Anstan, are you going to play ball with your teammate tonight, dude? Or are you going to cause carnage? which handstand is going to come out of the gates tonight. That's Q1 done and dusted. Okay, quick rundown. Handstand, fastest guy, 28.999. Dean Alex a 10th behind him. Ben Prime in 3rd. So the Red Bull's looking pretty quick around here. Discreetly, a base, Lost Soul, Vulcan, Muirhead, Andy B, Pos, Topster, Jono, Pete Wybernator, and King Chris all safely through to Q2. So say Victor Enzo, Esnoff, whatever you want to call him, Joel Keat, Skilly and Dragoon, and Scotty out. One thing I've noticed there, Fraser, is look at how competitive it is on the dry tyres. Less than a 10th covering the top, less than a second covering the top 15.
That is definitely going to make things very interesting to see how they'll do with regards to the race itself.
I've not seen any of these guys in the wet, so all I remember is last year, because I raced with Anstan last year. Anstan in the last game was pretty tidy in the wet, so he could do quite well. Dragoon claims to be good in the wet. He as he's always posting his wet track 12 times on the Facebook page. We'll have to wait and see about that one. Yeah, it should be interesting. Okay. If the race is wet, I don't know why anybody is coming out on anything other than soft compound tyres, quite frankly.
Yeah, because according to the forecast, it looks like it's going to be wet for basically the entire race.
So, surely it will just be another blast of soft tyres. One would have thought. I mean, who are we? We're just humble commentators, but I would have thought just get on the soft tyres, fastest lap you can possibly set, to get yourself into the top 10 shootout.
Yeah, it was but interestingly, Wyborn is out on mediums as well as Muirhead.
Well, Tops is out on hards, which is an interesting call. But these guys are going to be on outlaps, so whilst they're on outlaps, ladies and gents, I'm just going to pop up some league tables for you, just so you can see where we're at. Alright, because nothing's really happening at the moment, commentator's curse notwithstanding. Let's get the league tables up and running. So that's where we're standing at the moment. Quick look at the league tables. Ben Prime 272, Topster 170, Discreetly 142. Jackie Cole, of course, not here tonight. He's on the lash in Hungary, 129. Bob the Builder, who is not here due to personal reasons, on 118, and Lou Abase on a 112. So the gap is 102 points, ladies and gentlemen. That's the lead that Ben currently has in the championship. Okay. Let's go back onto the action.
Yeah, we've got a base coming through now to start his first lap of Q2.
Right, we'll jump on board with the base. Dragoon says in the chat, right, Dragoon setting the benchmark, ladies and gents. He's saying that's the first time I've ever had to do a second stint in Q1. I used a U set on my second stint, but wish I hadn't because it's wet and I'm king. Okie dokie. We will see, Dragoon. We will see.
That is a very interesting statement to make.
A ballsy call from Dragoon.
We'll see who earns the name Rainmaster at the end of this race.
To be fair, he does drive a bus for a living in Bristol, so he's used to driving a shit vehicle in wet conditions. So he might be all right. He might be all right. Right, a base comes through down towards Spoon. Let's look at his line through Spoon. That's pretty tidy through there. Comes up the back straight now, hugging the left-hand side of the track. We'll move out to the right and then back to the left to take 130R. Nicely through there, nice and tidy. Coming up to the Prost Centre chicane. All looking good through there. This is looking a pretty tidy lap actually, Fraser. This could be probably a high 28, 29. 29.0. Solid time.
29.047.
Well, Topster, I'm on board now, coming up the back straight towards 130R. He's on the hard tyre though. Wybenet's gone to 130.1 the mediums. Let's see how Topster gets on. Looks like he's going to be a couple of seconds down the base, which is not surprising. He's on 2 compounds harder. So 131.1. The head sets a 30.6 and standard 30.0 on the softs. On board of Jono. He's gone for the softs.
Yep, coming through 130R now.
Ooh, ran the grass a little bit there. Just
There's a
noticed that.
slight lift there, a slight reduction in speed as a result, but nothing too major to affect his lap time. Comes around the final corner.
Yeah, tidy enough.
Across the line, 29.4.
Yeah, decent time there. Right, here comes Ben Prime, our championship leader, coming through the cross centre chicane. Getting to cross the finish line. What can he do? Now that's quick.
Very
29.8 in the mediums.
29.8.
Now, I will say something, Fraser. I've been speaking to Ben during the week. He says he absolutely loathes Japan. He hates it. It's interesting to see how he gets
Is there
on.
any particular reason behind that?
He didn't say, so I just really don't know. Right, Dino comes to the cross centre chicane on his first. In fact, this is not a flyer because he's miles off the pace. I think he's going to get himself warmed up now. So, yeah, we'll stay on board with Dino.
Yeah, but it's still registered as a lap for him anyway. It's a 149.7.
Good evening, Bright.
He'll definitely be comfortably quicker than that, surely.
Right, you'd have thought so.
But now, you would think on paper this would be where strategy would come into play, but because we're going to be in for a wet race, strategy's out of the window.
Ding's lost it. He's hit the inside curb of the
Oh,
Dunlop
he's got
curve.
it!
Yeah,
Oh, what?
he has recovered
And
it.
I was saying earlier, it's very easy to lose it in one of these technical sections.
Yeah, that's the inside curb there of the Dunlop corner, and luckily he didn't get any damage. But yeah, these tyres.
He's gone wide. He's gone wide again at the Degdas.
His tyres are absolutely knackered. And Vulcan's almost lost it as well at the Dunlop curve. Wow, it's catching a couple of people out there.
Oh my lord!
He had a real back end wobble there. We'll stay on board with Vulcan because he's on a quick, eighth. He is on a hot lap at the moment, so he comes down towards a hairpin. Yeah, good evening, Bright, or whatever you're calling yourself tonight. Welcome to the chat, dude. Yeah, Mexico track trials. I hear on beer.tv around about 8:45 next Tuesday. Also, don't forget, guys, you know the drill by now. Click on the merch link below the stream. RRF1 official merchandise is on sale, 20% off until the end of the year. Get yourself some RRF1 goodies from the merch store. Right, let's watch Vulcan as he comes up.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. This is looking quite tidy from Vulcan. He had that little bit of a moment there at the Dunlop curve, but he's recovered quite well. Set a 130.0 in the mediums. Is pretty tidy time, that. Who else we got? Pos is in sector 2. Discreetly is about to cross the finish line in his first flying lap. Third fastest.
Because _bright. I said because _bright in the chat saying love this league, well organised, much appreciated. I'm sure they'll appreciate the feedback on that.
Absolutely, Bright. You know, RF1, the best racing league. Excuse me, on any platform: Xbox, PC, PS4, Commodore 64, Nintendo, ZX Spectrum, whatever. Commodore Amiga, we are the best. Yeah. End of conversation. We are the best. RF1, what the world is watching.
Slogan speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. Pos from the 129.1. Tidy time there from Pos. Getting himself ready. Andy B in sector 1. Right, I'm going to jump on board a Lost Soul, coming for the S's, because both him and Andy B, who's the next car on, are on Flyers, and they're both literally about a second apart. Bit of a lock up there from Souls going through Degger 2. Yeah, cheers, Bry. Bry says the stream ain't too shabby either. Absolutely the best F1 stream you'll find anywhere. If I do say so myself. And I do. Very often, as you all know. Right then. Andy B has actually been in danger of actually getting in Lost Souls' way here. Lost Souls is considerably quicker. as they come through Spoon.
Yeah, and of course, with how close they are, Losso's going to have such a tow heading towards 130R. The question is Andrew going to get out of the way?
No, he won't. I don't think he will. If I know Andy B, he will not get out of the way. Oh, massive lock-up from Losso.
Bit of a lock-up there.
Oh, and he's hit the back of him.
He's almost right to the back end of him.
Yeah, he did. That's the problem. That's the problem when you get too close.
Did that affect the time? Surprisingly not.
Losso does the 29.6. Do you know what? He probably lost about 2 or 3 tenths there as well. He would have been much, much quicker. Andy B.
Yeah, that could have
29.9.
Yeah, I could have easily put him into the top 3 if he was lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just really surprised guys were setting times on mediums so far. It's that's puzzled me.
Yeah.
Unless it was just to get some rubber on the track, I suppose. You know, just to get a feel of those tyres. Size of the chat, you can't go wrong with a beer and a kebab. Absolutely. Stella Artois with a nice lamb doner with plenty of garlic sauce and the old chili mayo. With a bit of salad as well.
That sounds very tasty.
Yeah. With a little bit of salad as well because it helps with the old waistline. You know what I mean?
Ah, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, but the thing is though, Jill, mate, it's a wet race. I think Q3 is almost going to be irrelevant in terms of. I don't think. This is just me. I don't think track position at the start of the race is going to be that important. It's going to be belting down a rain. It's all going to be just staying alive for the first few laps and see how it goes. Okay, Lossol comes into the pits. Antstan and King Chris. Antstan's just coming up to the Prost Centre chicane, trying to improve on his time. He needs to find a little bit of time. And he's done it. 29.0, second fastest so far, tidy time. And King Chris is just behind him, but King Chris is coming into the pits. Out of fuel.
Yeah, he's quite a long way off.
Yeah, he's out of fuel. Right, Ben Prime's on an out lap. Coming up towards Spoon. Where's Wibinator? Wibinator's about to start his flyer. Okay, we'll jump on board in Wibinator. Big Harry Jocks is in the chat. My boy Lost Souls 21 is a demon in the wet.
We'll see if that comes to fruition tonight.
Dragoon says, he had gammon and chips, a spicy sauce, and a Red Bull. Okay, interesting, cool. Oh, Wibe's a little bit wide there through T1, T2. Let's see what he's like for the S's.
Yeah, I'm with Wyborn right now. Slightly onto the grass through the S's. Yeah. Coming through Dunlop now.
Oh, he's
okay. Oh, slightly wide again.
Do you know what? He did well not to lose it there, because we've seen a couple of cars doing that exact same thing. Just drop their front right onto the grass on the exit.
Yeah, and, right on the edge.
Yeah, he did well. I was expecting him to go straight across the track into the wall then, but he did well. He did well. Again, this is a tricky part of the track here, because particularly for following anybody, because it's very bumpy and the track sort of leans to the right, so it's got a bit like an adverse camber, so the car does try and slide away from you just before they come in towards Spoon. Right, Wibes here, flying up the back straight towards 130R.
Yeah, that was one of the Toro Rossos getting out of the way. Yeah. Paul's retiring from the session. He's happy with what he's
happy.
done.
29.1, yeah, I think that should be comfortably through to Q3. Anstan's retired as well. Can Wibinator get himself up to the top 10? Yeah, I think he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29.1.
And of course, like Wyborn, 29.125. How's about that?
Ben Prime, now, he needs to find some time. He is 3/10 up at his split. So he's coming up the back straight now. Let's see what Ben can do. He will certainly won't want to be...
He's 6/10 up.
Yes, he's flying now. This is going to be probably challenging the leaders.
This will surely get them through into...
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Q3 shootout.
Looking like a
on the final corner now.
29.2.
What's the time going to be? 29.248.
Yeah. That's tight enough. Andy B's in Sector 1, coming to the S's. Pete's in Sector 1. Muirhead's just about to cross the line. He was 4/10 up on his previous time. He's into 10th.
And he just makes it into the top
He's
10.
just in now. Has he got enough to do another lap?
But is that going to be enough? He's got his fuel lights on, so it's highly unlikely he'll be able to get another lap out of this.
Andy Byrne is gambling.
Unless he's careful with his fuel management.
Yeah, Pete's retired, so he is out of qualifying.
Yeah.
Andy B is gambling that he can get into the top 10 in those mediums. He's obviously saving a set back for Q3, but it could be a gamble. Vulcan's retired from the session.
He's a 10th down at the moment.
Yeah, he's got to find at least a 10th, and he's still got King Chris and Tomster out on track as well.
Yeah.
Let's watch this line through. Base goes quicker, 28.6. Good line there,
Through
Frandy.
Spoon, very nicely done there.
I think he's picked up a bit of time. He's having a split as he comes
See how
around
much
130
time
yard.
he's picked up.
Oh, he's on the cusp.
He's still down slightly.
Yeah, he needs a stellar final sector. He needs to nail this corner, this chicane.
The cross center chicane.
He did. He nailed it.
This will be touch and go.
Has he picked up time?
Is he going to improve?
Nope.
He does, but he's
not
not going to
enough.
make it. 3 thousandths away from making it into the top 10 shootout.
Okay, right. I'm on board with Tomster. We've got Tomster then Chris. Tomster's going through Spoon. This is not... No, Tomster's well down. King Chris.
He's backed out.
Yep.
I think King Chris
It's
is
King Chris.
backed out as well.
He's still going for it. No, he's 2 seconds down.
No, he's backed out now.
So that is it. That is
There you
qualifying
go.
done and dusted.
Andrew, Vulcan, King Chris, Tomster, and Pete all out in this part of qualifying.
Indeed. All right, then, ladies and gents in the chat, let's have some predictions for Q3. Who's going to get pole here in Japan? Who's your pick? Don't forget, Ralph, if you're watching this, you've got a 2-week Xbox Game Pass code coming your way. I will PM you tonight or tomorrow with your code.
Oh yeah, talking of Game Pass, the list of games that they announced that are coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass, where to even begin?
I've not seen it yet.
Well, I will say this. I actually predicted it a while back that when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I thought it's inevitable they're going to get the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series onto Xbox. And what do you know? It's coming late. It's coming towards the beginning of next year.
What about F1 2019? Is that coming to Game Pass?
Haven't heard anything on that as of yet, but that well, same thing happened. Well, we saw it happen with F1 2018, so I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to get F1 2019 onto Game Pass at some point.
It'd be nice for us PC users, because of course us, the guys who've got Ultimate, of course, we will have that will give us a freebie of F1 2019 on PC. It'd be nice. Right, let's give a quick quick rundown. So we've got a base, Anstey, Wybernator, Pos, Ben Prime, Jono, Lost Soul, Dean, Discreetly and Muirhead, all safely through to Q3. And as Fraser mentioned, Andy B, Vulcan, King Chris, Tomster and Pete all out. Okay, Anstan says his prediction for pole is him, himself. That's what we like to see. Bit of balls, bit of confidence. Wybernator for pole says Bry. Very close between a base and Anstan, says Anstan. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we're about to get running in the final qualifying session. Even Psych. Psych's come and joined us. He's have you been just lurking in the background there? 'Cause you haven't said much. I thought, I was expecting to have the chat bang you by now. So, well done. Alright, let's get some telemetry up and running. And we'll wait for these cars to come out. Of course, if they've got the tyres, in theory, they can do 2 runs in Q3. Just have to wait and see what the options are. Of course, just a quick, all Thompson's left the session. That's not good news. I need to try and get back in because he's the only bloody rival who can actually beat Ben Prime, really. Pos for pole, says Ralph. Dragoon says Syke doesn't want another 10-minute ban. I won't ban. I don't ban Syke. Well, not since the last time. I led the free Syke campaign last night, Dragoon. Just so you let in the chat. Alright, we've got some cars on outlaps. We've got Lost Soul and the base out and about. Soul's coming through. Where is the base? Okay, Lost Soul first and then the base. In fact, we'll jump on board of the base because we can see Lost Soul from his POV. Here's your prediction for pole, Fraser. Who have you got your eye on tonight?
Ooh, that's a tough one because from Q2 especially, it is very close between the top 5. But if I were to hazard a guess, I'd probably go Antstan. Primarily just to try and give Ben a bit more work to do, give him a bit of pressure to deal with.
Alright, I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going for Lost Soul for pole tonight. He's my call. He's my call for pole in the McLaren. I think he can do it. We're about to find out. Of course, he is the lead car at the moment, but a base is a couple seconds behind him as they're about to start their flyers, and a base will be getting a nice tow actually through this lap, which might help him. Alrighty, let's watch his cars go, go, go. Alrighty. Of course, wet weather race, ladies and gents. We're going to be... I mean, Japan is a testing track at the best of times in the wet. Oh my. It's going to be entertaining, that's for sure. The driver's going to be tested out to the limit tonight. It is so difficult to do in the wet, this track. In fact, rather than predicting a race winner tonight, ladies and gents, how about predicting how many cars are actually going to finish tonight? How many do you think we're going to see? Are they all going to survive? Half the field drop out?
Well, I think we could end up losing a couple of drivers in the opening stages of the race.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, mate. Right, let's just jump on board with Lost Souls. He's coming up to complete his first flyer. I'm going board of 2D pod mode. Comes up past 130R. Up to the Price Center chicane. Bit of a lock up there on the right front. It's a 1:28.9 tidy time. What can a base do? A base goes quicker. 1:28.8. 10th quicker already. Interesting. Dean comes through to complete his first lap. It's a 1:28.7. Faster still. Dino takes provisional pole on the first run. Pos is 1:28.7. Just 4 100ths of a second between Dino and Pos. Here comes Wybernator.
And stand 29.3.
Ooh, Wybernator bowled quite a bit out of the curb there. I think he's just about got it. Let's see what time he's set. 29.1 for Wybernator. Puts him in the 5th.
Not particularly quick, given what we've seen in previous qualifying sessions, but I think that's just sort of like to get a feel for the track now that it's fully rubbered in.
Yeah, absolutely.
29.3 goes 6th.
Bryce,
which leaves Jono.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leaves Jono, Muirhead, and Ben yet to set a lap time. They're probably. It's not the first time I've seen this happen, that they're waiting until the very tail end of the session when the track is rubbered in at its best to maximise their lap time.
They've probably only got the one set of softs to use in Q3, those three guys. It'll be one run for them, I reckon.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Ninja says in the chat, 16 to finish, 3 will lose it in the S's. Okay. It's a good call. So we'll be waiting for John Muirhead and Ben. I don't know when they're going to come out. So they're almost certainly just doing the one stint. So it's all pretty quiet at the moment. I think we've got Anstan's about to come out, I believe. A couple of cars coming out. Dean has set another lap. Just waiting to see the telemetry change from pit to out lap. So it's Ben Prime. Oh, and Ben Prime's letting the car through. He's let Muir through. Tactical thinking from Ben. He wants to tow off Muir ahead.
That's clever.
Yep. Gaza B says in the chat, turn 1 carnage. Oof. Yeah.
Oh, turn 1 carnage a la Suzuka 1990.
Anstan says the odds on him to bin it, 35 to 1 on, mate. Now Muirhead's been tactical. He's dropped back behind Ben Prime. He's forced Ben Prime to take the lead, to become the lead car. So he wants the tow. Right, so we'll jump on board with Ben. He's going to be the lead car coming around, I think. As he comes through Spoon on his out lap. What I noticed, Fraser, there, in the first run on Q3, they weren't especially quick. Do you think they're just savouring it, or do you think the track here is starting to cool down a bit?
I think it might be a combination of both, potentially.
Okay. I think that's probably a good call. Well, okay, Ben starts his fly. Thompson's managed to get back in. That's critical. Let's watch Ben's hot lap to come through turn 1. Again, just full throttle and then just lifting off, almost just dropping down a couple of 3 gears, tidily through there as he comes up to the first part of the S's. This is looking tidy so far. Taking a good line through the S's, not running the curbs too hard. Comes up to the Dunlop curve. That's the right line. Up towards Degner's 1 and 2. Ooh, a bit of a back end just stepped out, go through Degner 1, but he's recovered it there as he comes down towards the hairpin. We saw Ben take this in 3rd gear last time. He's in 2nd this time around. Yeah, great, I'm with you on that one. 31 to 1 on. Okay, Ben through Spoon, nice and tidy through there. Different line actually to quite a few of the cars. Dragoon's other half is in the chat saying Dragoon to finish 11th again. Yep, he's why break the habit of a lifetime. He's so used to it. This is looking mighty from Ben Fraser. This could be a low 28s here or mid 28s. 28.9. Wow. Do you know what? I thought it was quicker. I really thought it was quicker than that.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the point where the track is starting to cool down. Because I would have thought you would have been a bit quicker than that, because he's about a second off Dean, who is currently on provisional pole as it stands.
Yeah. Yeah, he's some way off there. Actually, no, he's not. Well, no, Ben Prime's just 2 tenths off at Dino. It's actually pretty tight up there. Literally a couple tenths is covering the top 5 cars. I just noticed that, literally. Where's Anstan? Anstan's coming up the back straight. So
actually, yeah, it is my mistake.
Yeah, I was the same as you. I thought it was a 129.9. I thought, yeah, he's not showing a lot of pace. Well, Anstan is 6 tenths up. This could be a pole lap here. This could well be the pole lap. He is 6 tenths up at his split time sector 2.
Going through the cross center chicane. Looking very quick.
28.7, it's going to be there. Yes, fastest.
And he does it!
Anstan takes pole, 28.6, provisional pole. Pos is not good at anything. Here comes a base. Can he go any faster? No.
Not quite 29.1.
Ben Prime is cooked. He is not going to go any faster. He's down. He's dropped out. Ben Prime is the best he can start is 6th place. We do have cars though on out laps. We've got Dean is about to start his flying lap. This is Dean's one and only chance to get pole position. Here we go. So we'll stay on board with Dino. I tell you what, Dean is really pushing this. He's really ragging it. He's testing the limits of the track here. He's a tenth down at sector 1 checkpoint. Comes down to the hairpin. Needs to get a good exit out of here, which he's got. As he comes through Spoon, Lost Soul has retired now. I think that could have been an instant for Lost Soul because it's a sector 2 yellows.
Yeah.
That Dean's not going to do it, mate. He's 3/10 down. He's lost time in sector 2. This is not going to be pole for Dino.
There we go. A base in the pits now.
Anstan could well be the man. You did call it. And
but Wyborn.
Dean does not improve.
Wyborn, he's a couple of tenths up.
He is indeed.
Wyborn's a couple of tenths up.
And Jono's just coming back to cross the line. What can Jono do? No, he's coming to the pits. Right, so he's binned his lap. Yuma's in sector 1. Right, Wybonator is the man coming through Spoon. Needs to find another 3/10.
Yeah, slightly wider on the exit of Spoon now. But he's managed to find time still.
This could be close.
He needs another tenth.
This
He only needs another tenth or two to be able to spoil Ant's party.
Well, what can he do? This is looking mighty from Wybonator. Has he got the great sector? Not quite second!
No!
Oh, misses out by 5/100ths of a second. Half a tenth, ladies and gents.
Oh my word.
It's not finished yet because Muirhead is still going. He's coming up the back straight. Let's have a look at his split time at the top of 130R. Where is it? 112.8. I don't think that's
112.8.
Yeah, I don't think it's there.
But you never know.
Let's have a little
See
look.
what happens.
It's quick. It is quick.
But how quick is
129.5.
exactly?
129.5.
I think that put him 8th. No, he's 9th actually.
9th fastest. But there we go, ladies and gents. That is qualifying done and dusted, and we have a wet race to look forward to. So let's just give you a quick rundown of the final position. Anstan takes pole. Wybonator second, just 5/100ths of a second. Congratulations for Anstan for a pole. Dean takes third on his comeback racing and GP2. Pos fourth, a base fifth. Lost Soul sixth. Ben Prime, our championship leader, in seventh. Discreetly in 8th, Muirhead in 9th, and Jono in 10th. Right, I'm going to put something up on the screen, then I'm going to go for a quick cigarette break, Fraser, and I'll leave the stream in your capable hands.
Excellent. I mean, how often can you say you've got 10 British drivers in the top 10? How often can you say that?
Absolutely. Right, I'm going to have my break. On the screen now, ladies and gents, is the permutations for the championship. This is what Ben has to do to win the championship. And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Take it away, Fraser.
Thank you very much. So here we go. As you can see, it is raining here in Japan. That's definitely going to make things very interesting for this race. This has been a traditional place back in the day where all the championships were decided. It's actually the track that's had the most championship deciders of any track in history. The most recent one being 2011, I believe it was, with Sebastian Vettel winning the title there. It is such a great circuit, this. It's definitely one of the most historic, has a lot of history behind it, and my goodness me, we could end up with another championship decider here today. As I mentioned during qualifying, some of the action zones to look out for. Of course, the run down to turn one. We've had a couple of moments there over the years. We had, of course, the crash between Prost and Senna, Suzuka 1990, Senna winning the championship on that day. 130R, 2005, I mentioned during qualifying as well. And then, of course, we call it the Prost-Senna triangle, where you've got Prost and Senna 1989 as well. We've got 18 corners to negotiate on this 3.6 mile circuit. I would go through the tyre compounds, but I doubt they're going to be much use to us because, as I have said, it is raining here today. So, we've mentioned championship implications here. And this is what we've got in store. Ben Prime is at 272 points. Tomster is at 170. Now, Tomster needs to win the race to keep the championship hopes alive. But if he doesn't, then all he has to do is outscore Ben by a handful of points, ideally more than 2 or 3, to keep his hopes of championship glory alive. Ben, all he has to do is outscore Tom or even win the race.
Right then, ladies and gents, all I can say is get your brollies out, because this is what we're looking at. Rain. Not just any old rain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's stair-rod rain. It's tropical rain. It's a downpour. You can see the cumulonimbus clouds rising there above Suzuka. This is going to be interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So let's run through the grid. Everyone is starting on the full wet tyres, probably quite rightly so. Ant Stan on pole position there. Hopefully that'll give him a little boost to potentially stop Ben Prime from winning the championship, depending on what sort of teammate he wants to be this evening. Jack Wyborn in the Alfa Romeo alongside him, just missing out by less than 500ths of a second. Dina in the Haas, great lap from him. Pos alongside him on row 2. Then you've got Ferrari and McLaren with Abase and Lost Soul. Ben, our championship leader, in 7th, discreetly alongside him in the No Point Racing. Muirhead and Jono rounding up the top 10. Jono, one of the only drivers not to set a lap time during the qualifying. Then we got Andy B in 11th, and you've got Vulcan alongside him. King Chris in 13th, and you've got Tom Street quite a long way back on the grid in 14th. But with how wet the track is, that could throw a bit of unpredictability in the mix. Then we've got Pete and Reznov on row 8. Pete's teammate Dualcoot in 17th, with Skillian in the Renault, and then we've got Dragoon, not what he would have wanted, in 19th, and Scotty, the other driver, that didn't set a lap time in qualifying. And so how's about that? The two Toro Rossos were the only drivers not to set a lap time.
Couple of guys.
Pause.
A couple of guys.
Pause. First guy to ready up.
Yeah, well, he is the lobby host, Mr. Pikey.
Absolutely.
Southwest Wales dodgy internet dial-up connection. That's Pos for you. Just kidding, Pos. A couple of guys going for sneaky for the win. Anstan says he is shitting bricks currently. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Gaza Burgie's in the chat saying this is going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get the spectator menu up as I start the formation lap. We have... Oh, man, I tell you, actually, Anstan, to be honest, he's in the place to be. He's in the clear air, so to speak. The rest of the guys are just going to be looking at a wall of white spray. So...
Yeah, because to quote one of the McLaren engineers from Rush when it was this very race.
Yes, it was.
But it was at the Fuji circuit in 1976.
Yep.
Trust me, this race is all about the starts.
Absolutely, and that's where, of course, Hunter Shunt won his first and only world title.
One of 10 British drivers throughout the history of Formula One to win the world title.
Who's been the best in your opinion? And you can say what, Lewis Hamilton, or I know who my favourite is, and it's not Lewis Hamilton in terms of British champions. My favourite British champion, Nigel Mansell. He had the heart of a lion, and absolutely.
I would definitely say so. I would definitely say so. He had a great personality as well.
He should have had 3 world titles. If it hadn't been for bad luck, he would have had 3 world titles. I remember, of course, at Adelaide, Australia, where his tyre blew and he was comfortably...
Australia 86, anyone?
Yeah, I was watching that live on BBC Two at 4:30 in the morning. Well, between 4:30 and 6:30. I remember it very, very well. 17 years old.
That line of commentary from Murray pretty much spoke for itself. And colossally, that's Mansell. That is Nigel Mansell out of the race.
Yeah. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The guys are just coming up through the cross-end chicane, getting ready for the start. Oh man, I've got butterflies, and I'm in the commentary box. I'm not even racing. I've got butterflies for this one. Oh my God! Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go racing here at Suzuka International Race Circuit. Who will survive? Alrighty, just waiting for the back markers to. The last cars just to move up to their grid slots, and then we will be about to go racing. This is going to be a tense, exciting race. The forecast is rain for the majority, if not all, of the race. Okay, here we go. Watch for the lights, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
And we have one light.
There we go. Here
there's
come
2,
the lights.
there's 3, there's 4, there's 5 lights.
And when they go
for the go, and it's go. We got a jump start. Dean Allen's got a jump start.
A lot of jump starts there. I think that one of the Ferraris ended up losing part of their front wing. I think it was a base. A lot of drivers are going to be. A lot of drivers have drive-through penalties for jumping the start.
I think Pos and Wybernate were the 2 that did a jump start. Wybernate and Dean Alex got one as well. Scotty and Dragoon.
Wyborn pulls a base. Dina.
Oh, we've got some lag in the room. We've got some lag. That's not good.
They all jumped the start. We have 4 drivers jumping the start. That's not what they would have wanted.
Oh,
Scotty with a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Dragoon.
Yeah, just want to mention that when Pos is all over the place there, coming out of the Dunlop curve. Wybernate is off, and Pos takes the lead. Wybernate making a mistake, and he's dropped right down. And there's a few cars there actually running very, very. Oh my goodness me! A base and Thompson are so tight, and Jono's gone into the back of him. Jono's gone to the back of him and lost the wing. Yeah, that was Jono.
A base has lost part of his front wing. It's the right end plate.
Has picked up a 10-second penalty. Thompson's up to 6th place.
Limits.
Just going to stay on board with Thompson at the moment, just watching him. A base has got wing damage. I think Jono's got wing damage as well.
A base with a 3-second penalty as well.
It's rubbed something into the wound there. King Chris is in 12th. He's got.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw.
Pete's one ride.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more than half a dozen first lap stops. Jono got past the base there. That's very brave. And that's one of the Renaults going wide. I think. That was Vulcan.
Jono was lucky not to get a penalty.
Pos is in the pits.
Right, Pos is in the pits. And he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Dean's in the pits. A base is in the pits.
Yeah. Goodness me, there's penalties all over the place.
It happens a lot. It really does. It's caught a lot of people out that pit entrance. We've got a base in the pits. Dean Alex is in the pits. Oh my God, here they go. Andy Byrne in the pits. Pete in the pits. Discreetly in the pits. Everybody's in the bloody pits. What's going on? Jesus. What a start!
That is a lot of front wing changes. Skillian in the pits now, and of course Scotty because of his qualifying ban, and he has to stop on the first lap.
Absolutely. So Anstan's in the lead, and Lost Souls in 2nd place. Ben Prime 3rd, waiting for the timing screen to sort itself out. It's all the timing screen's completely skewed, if it always is for the first.
I mean, look at that. Tomster started 14th. He's already up into 4th after that first lap carnage.
This is the battle between Tomster and Ben, and they are line astern. You've got Ben in 3rd and Tomster in 4th.
Leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomster's got an absolutely blinding start. Looking at the positional changes, Tomster's gained 10 positions in the first 2 laps, from 14th to 4th,
the
ladies and
most out
gents.
of anyone on the track.
Jono sat in 5th, Wybernator in 6th. He's got Vulcan all over the back of him. He'll just jump up. Oh, do you know, Codemasters are at their absolute worst tonight. Oh, Vulcan's almost lost it there. Just managed to recover going through Spoon. I think, yeah, he has recovered.
He's gone slightly wide.
Yeah, he lost some time.
He's going to have Muirhead right on the back of him any moment now. Yellow flag 62. That's the Williams of Dual Coot.
He spun it. He's got to let cars through. He's got to let everybody through.
He's having to slow. He's letting drivers through.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's back on track now.
He's right thing to do at the end of the day.
Well, it's something he has to do. We're pretty strict on that now. The incidents that are caused by guys just blindly rejoining track. Wybernator's got damage. He's in the pits.
Yeah, either that or he's one of the drivers serving a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's a drive-through penalty.
It's a drive-through penalty there from Wybes. Anstan then is in the lead, and he's got Lost Soul just half a second behind.
We've got a couple of drivers yet to serve a drive-through penalty.
Pete, 3 second penalty for Pete.
If they don't serve it on this lap, they're going to end up.
DSQ.
They're going to end up disqualified from the race.
Pete's just picked up 2 3-second penalties in 3 corners. And Lost Soul is all over the back of Anstan here. Anstan's shown some real... Lost Soul shown some real bravery. He's right up Anstan's exhaust pipe here, coming into the hairpin here. Anstan's gone deep. Is this Lost Soul's chance? He can get better traction out the corner. Not quite, but he's all over the back of Anstan. These guys are really, really struggling in the wet. On board here with Lost Soul, watching him. He's almost glued.
Oh, and Scotty's out of the race.
Oh, Scotty's gone.
Scotty's out. Yellow flag in sector 3, and Wybernator almost losing it.
Oh, Lost Soul getting a bit skiddy coming out of Spoon there as he's coming at the back straight, drafting Anstan. It's about a second down and then Anstan at the moment, so come up to 130R.
Goodness me.
It's been a pretty entertaining start. Oh, big lock up from Lost Soul there as he's trying to get the traction out of the corner to make a run at Anstan the start-finish straight.
Oh, Tomster almost into the back of Ben.
We'll jump on board with this one. This is crucial for the championship. Tomster's all over the back of him. He really is. Surely he's going to make a move here. Ben has to give a bit of room. He does. Tomster's going to make the move. Oh, they're so close. They did almost touch there. Wow. But Tomster, if he can hold it going into turn 2, gets the move done. He's run a little bit deep, but he's got the line. Yeah, he's got the move done. Up into 3rd.
And as it stands, he will keep his championship hopes alive because he'll be outscoring Ben by 3 points.
Absolutely crucial.
But what that would then mean is that he would need Ben to either Tomster would need to win every single one of the last 4 races: Mexico, USA, Brazil, Abu Dhabi, and make sure Ben doesn't finish at all.
Well, ideally, what Tomster wants tonight is to Ben to have a moment and put it into the wall in the wet. That's what he wants.
And that would be a really, and with how wet it is, that could easily happen.
Well, yeah, it could do. It could well do. We've got 4 races to run. So after this one, after this race, there's still 100 points up for grabs. 125 as it stands at the moment. Thompson getting a little bit wide there at Spoon, but he's still holding it together. Ben Prime has got Jono for close company as well in the Williams. We'll jump on board now with Lost Soul, who is all over the back of Anstan coming through 130R. Pete with another penalty. We'll jump back onto broadcast mode now, just to give a different Towley, you legend. Wybernator with a 3-second time penalty. Muirhead is all over the back of... In fact, Vulcan's gone! He's binned it!
Vulcan's out of the race! Oh my word!
Look at that!
Kingchris almost into the back of him!
I know, Kingchris just managed to avoid him. That is not a nice place to die.
Exit of 130R into the cross centre chicane.
Oh, now.
It's a triangle there.
Yeah.
Because the official corner...
It's a Casio triangle, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Now, Andrew Byrne always knows one wide coming out of 130R. He's all over the back of discreetly in the minor places at the moment. Oh, see, Vulcan's car is still there. It's not. I don't think it's ghosted, man.
There
it's
he
still
goes.
there.
He's gone now.
He's gone, is he?
Now.
Ah, thank goodness for that.
Yeah, it's gone now, yeah.
Pete, another
That would
penalty.
have been very concerning.
Pete has got another penalty.
That would have been very concerning.
We're only on lap.
Dina in the pits now.
We're only on lap 5, Fraser, and
Oh no, that's Pete. My mistake.
yeah, Pete's in the pits. We're only on lap 5, and Pete's already had about 15 penalties. Yeah, he's having a scruffy race at the moment, but it is really, really tricky driving conditions, to be fair. Right, let's have a quick rundown of the runners and riders, ladies and gentlemen. Anstan currently in the lead. He's got Lost Soul right behind him, just half a second. This is going to be a great battle. Tobster in third, Ben Prime in fourth, Jono in fifth, Muirhead in sixth place, King Chris in seventh. Poz, who had that jump start, of course, in 8th, had to do a 7th drive-through. Viktor Esnov in 9th place. Dragoon, the self-proclaimed wet weather master, in 10th. Wybernate in 11th. Discreetly 12th. He's got Andrew Byrne for company in 13th. Dean, who also had to serve a drive-through, in 14th. A base had to pit for wing damage in 15th. Skillian 16th. Pete has had to make a pit stop and has got a few penalties there in 17th. Julku in 18th. DNF so far for Vulcan and Scotty. A base mate, he's having a good battle here with Dean Alex, by the way. Alrighty, we've got a real battle here. Poz is in the pits again now. Has he got wing damage? Just have a quick look at see what the situation is with Poz's car. Is he? No, it's just a tyre change. He is going to the Inters by the looks of it. 5-second stop go by the looks of it as well. And Inters, yep.
That's a bold choice at this early stage in the race.
Junkie's gone for the Inters as well. It's still piddling down a rain at the moment, to be fair. Oh, Pete's gone!
Oh, and Pete. Oh, no!
Pete's gone. There he is. There's his car.
Oh, and
that's out the hairpin, isn't it? Coming up towards Spoon. That's where he's lost it.
Yeah.
Quite a few guys are coming in. They're switching over, man, from wets to Inters. You're obviously going to be fancying Inters. Okay, that's just spicing things up a little bit. We'll jump back on board with the leaders. That, by the way, the pits moves the green up to 9th. Lost Soul is still tracking Anstan. It'd be interesting to see if these guys pit, actually. Currently coming around Spoon, I believe, coming towards the back straight. Yep. Dan, you're a nightmare. Shut up. Stop shit stirring. Okay. I wonder if these guys are in the pit. If Anstan and Lost Soul comes to the pit, so they're going to stay out. Let's have a little look. Oh, they're staying out. Oh, that's about the worst camera angle possible from Codemasters. Thank you very much, Cody's. It's still raining pretty heavily, Fraser, to be honest. I don't know if you want to have a quick look at some of the guys who are running Inters, just to see what their lines are like, how they're getting on. You've got Poz as the lead car on Inters at the moment. I'm just going to stay on board with the leaders at the moment to come through the S's. Oh, Wyvernator with a 5-second penalty. Muirhead's in the pits, and Wyvernator is back in the pits as well. Oh, he's having a scruffy race. Oh, Lost Soul's coming through the Dunlop curve. Lost Soul lost it there. He's managed to recover it. I don't think he's got any damage, but he was very lucky. Brushed the wall there. Big lockup as well in Degner 2. Andy B's in the pits. Dragoon on Viktor Esno. That's the closest battle on track at the moment as they come through the S's.
Yeah, I'm with Poz right. I'm on board with Poz right now in the Mercedes. He's definitely looking okay on the Inters at the moment. He's being able to maintain the racing line. You can actually see the racing line starting to come through.
It is. It's starting to come back now.
So probably an inspired choice for those that went on Inters early.
Oh, Victor's running a little bit wide. They're coming out the hairpin, but he's managed to get the traction out the corner. And Dragoon is going to have to just sit behind him for a little bit longer. But Dragoon is driving pretty well. He's coming towards Spoon, not the place to overtake there unless Vic runs wide, which he has done! Commentator's curse. And Dragoon comes through and takes 7th place.
And Dan in the pits, and Lost Soul as well. as well as Tomster. And Ben now. Oh, that's not what Red Bull would be wanting.
And stands in the pits.
Yeah,
double stack.
It's both
Double
Red
stack.
Bulls in the pits.
Yeah, that's a double stack.
Yeah, that's not what they would have wanted.
No communication there.
That's going to cost them.
Yeah, no communication there between the two teammates. Remember the trailer for episode 4, ladies and gents. Rise of the Stanleys. Right, King Chris.
Everyone's coming in for Inters now. King Chris still out on
he's still
track.
in lead. Yeah, he's lead car at the moment, but he's yet to pit. Now, Pos, it's interesting now, it sets a 44 flat, the fastest lap of the race on the Inters. That says a lot. That speaks volumes.
That definitely says Inters are the best tyre to be on right now.
Derby, all right, mate. Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Oh, and Handstand.
I think Krinkus.
Past King Chris through Dunlop.
I think Chris really led him through there, to be fair. I was on board with Anson. He definitely moved out of the way. It's not his battle. It's not Chris's battle, to be fair. He's just going to probably almost certainly pit at the end of this lap. John over the 3-second penalty. Did I just see was it Thompson's name in the penalty feed? I didn't know if I catch that. Right. Pos, by the way, is motoring. He has caught Muirhead since the pit stops. And he's going to go to the inside at the hairpin. What a ballsy move! And I think he's going to get it done. Muirhead's fighting back. Muirhead is fighting back. He's got better traction out the corner. Side by side here, coming down towards Spoon. Muirhead gets the position back. Oh, Dean's binned it.
Oh, and Dean is out of the race. Dean's out of the race. That's sector 1.
S's?
More than likely.
So Pos moves up to 8th. Sorry, he stays in 8th. He did momentarily move up to 7th.
Yeah, it is the S's just before Dunlop.
Now, something very interesting up front. Tomster has jumped Lost Soul in a round of pits, which is surprising. Lost Soul is down to 3rd. Tomster's into 2nd
Chris
now.
is in the pits now as we say that.
That is very interesting. I wonder
I
wonder if Lost Soul made a mistake somewhere, because Tomster's jumped him. He's into 2nd, legit net 2nd.
That might more than likely be the case.
Oh, Pos all over the back.
More than likely be the case.
Yeah, Pos still all over the back of Muirhead coming through the S's. Inter's definitely looked the way forwards now. All the cars now switched over to Inter's. King Chris comes out of the pits in 9th. Chat's gone berserk. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. It's easy to see why. And he beat fastest lap of the race so far.
I will catch up with the chat in a bit, ladies and gents. Just going to keep on. Yeah, unlucky Vulcan. Keep going, man. Keep going. It's Japan's a difficult track, Vulcan. In the wet, it's a nightmare. So yeah, head down. Yeah. Don't get despondent. Keep going, man. Keep going. You've done a good job so far. You've made a good introduction to RRF1. So don't let it get you down, dude. Yeah, Dolby, I'm good. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Anstan sets fast lap of race 43.6 on the intermediate compound tyre. Lost Soldo's all over the back of Dragoon now. In fact, we're going to jump. Of Thompson. We're going to jump back on board of that battle. It's the battle for second place at the moment. What is interesting, Fraser, is the fact that I can see chinks of blue sky appearing. Are we going to get some dry weather shortly? That's another possibility.
Yeah, I can actually see. I'm on board with Lost Soul right now. He's battling Tomster for second place, and I can see.
Yeah,
I can see the. I can see the spots of blue sky coming through.
Right, Lost Soul is all over the back of Tomster going into Degners 1 and 2. Tomster gets a slight big lock up from Lost Soul to get heavy on the brakes there.
Oh my word!
Just to avoid going to the back of Tomster. So the quick look down. Can you just jump on the battle between Muir and Pos, please, mate? Pos is really, really close to him. Lost Soul there getting. not getting any traction there.
Yellow flight to tick to 3, and that's
gone.
the Wybernator out.
Yeah, Wibe's gone.
And Muirhead's gone wide. Muirhead's gone wide. Can Pos take
through.
advantage? Yes, he can.
Yeah, Pos gets through into 6th place. It's been brewing for a while, but Muir won't give this one up as it come down towards Spoon. I don't think Muir will give this up in a hurry. He's a tidy driver, but you tend to feel that move had a sense of inevitability about it. Pos have been ghosting him for several laps, basically. Ben Prime, 3-second penalty. Ben currently sat in 4th place at the moment. We've already seen 5 DNFs, ladies and gentlemen. Wybernator, Dean, Pete, Vulcan, Scotty, all gone.
Fastest lap of the race.
The gap between first and second, 3.3 seconds. We'll just keep an eye on that. Ben Prime goes fastest with a 42.8. Muirhead is still stuck behind Pos. He's not going to let Pos get away. In fact, I'm going to jump back on board that one just momentarily as they come through, was that T1, T2? Half a second between Pos and Muir. Of course, Pos guesting tonight in Division 2. He is, of course, a Division 1 elite superstar, but having a guest run in Division 2 tonight. Lost Soul has caught back up with Tomster.
Yeah, somebody in the chat's just brought up, this guy's taken one too many Viagra, whoever that could be referencing.
Just having it's nothing wrong with having an excited commentary booth. It's what racing is all about. Absolutely. And it could be worse. You could have somebody in the commentary booth who just says nothing, like Sneaky Wolf, for example. You know what I mean? I would much prefer somebody who likes to call some action and have some fun. If anyone, of course, watches me and Pos on a Friday night will know that's exactly what we do. Right, here comes Lost Soul, by the way. He's drafting Tomster coming up towards 130R. Is he close enough to actually try some kind of move? Not this time around. The rain, as you can see, is definitely getting lighter.
Yeah, we've got Lost Soul right on the back.
Yeah, he is all over the back of him. Right, here he comes.
Tomster out of the final corner.
Jump on board.
He could have a run down to turn 1. Just set the fastest lap of the race. Is he going to have a run at turn 1?
Not quite close enough this time round. He has to get on the brakes.
Right on the back.
Yeah, he has to get on the brakes really, really quickly. See, Lost Soul runs no assists, so he is prone to a lock-up and is prone to, obviously, with no assist, he's going to brake later. He's all over the back of Tomster. Meanwhile, of course, Tomster's now got to go defensive to try and keep Lost Soul, which is allowing Anstan just to creep out a bit of a gap. It was 3.3, it's now 4.4. This is just playing to Anstan's hands a little bit. Lost Soul, you feel, needs to... Oh, another big lock-up into Degner 2. They're really locking up hard there.
Yeah, Lost Soul ended up picking up a 3-second time penalty for that.
Good evening, Dizzy. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you in the chat. Alrighty. Webness was big error on my part. Forgot to change my setup, so I had to completely dry one. Yeah, you were cheating, weren't you? Yeah, you were cheating. You were changing your setup mid-race. We know. Putting yourself on AI, changing your setup. Yeah. Don't think we didn't notice. Right, let's have a quick look. We've got a nice battle between 9th and 10th King Chris and Victor Esnov. But no, Lost Soul is ever so close to Tomster now, going into the process again. Oh, wow, there's literally a couple of fag papers between the two cars. Lost Soul just needs to keep it patient. He can't afford a dive bomb.
Tomster still right on the back. Lost Soul, I should say, still right on the back of Tomster.
All over the back of him. You tend to think that Lost Soul can just get past. He will just cruise off into the distance. Lost Soul, of course, Division 1 driver. He's had a tough season, and what I don't want to see happen is to him to just lose his patience and try something silly. Yellows in sectors 1 and 2. Oh, there's a car off.
There's someone going wide.
There's a car off there.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's,
Was that Jilkoot?
I think that was a Williams.
Jilkoot being lapped, I think.
Yeah.
So as it stands at the moment, if my maths is right, the championship would still go on to Mexico. Tomster sat in second at the moment and Ben Prime in fourth. Yep, it will go to Mexico.
Yes, that's correct. And neither of them have the fastest lap at the moment, so...
That's just a good point. Who does have the... I mean, it's been swapping all the time. Jono at the moment, the 42.1, the fastest lap of the race.
It's Jono at the moment that has the fastest lap. Yellow Flag's in sector 2.
Jono is flying, actually. He's right at the back of Ben Prime. He's caught him from nowhere. I'm going to stick on board of this one at the moment because he is really all over the back of Ben Prime coming through the cross centre chicane. We're about half race distance, ladies and gents. And Jono might be close enough to have a run here. He's drafting Ben down. Look at the overspeed he's carrying in that.
Here he goes.
That Toro. Here he comes.
Here he goes.
Into turn one. They're side by side.
Is he going to get
yeah,
it?
Jono's got some balls there, and he's got the move done. Yeah, he's got the move done. Some real balls from Jono there, showing some great driving skills. He moves up into fourth place. He's got Lost Soul about 2.5 seconds up the road. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Dizzy. Good, thanks, buddy. Thanks for asking, dude. Looking a bit further down the field, we've got Muirhead he's dropped off the back of Poz now. Poz got the move done, has gradually pulled out a gap, a 5-second gap. Dragoon currently in 8th, Kingchrist 9th, and Victor Esnoff in 10th. Those two having a battle. That's for the final point scoring positions. Jump back on board with Lost Soul. All over the back of Tomster as he come down towards Spoon. It seems to be like Groundhog Day, isn't it? With Lost Soul just stuck behind Tomster. Can't find a way past. Tomster's at the moment not making any mistakes. But Soul's got a good drive. He's got a very good drive there out of Spoon. He is really close. Is he going to be close enough to go if he can get a good run through 130R to do him under braking into the Pross Senate chicane? We're about to find out. Slight lift off there, still not flat out for that area. Big lock up there from Lost Soul. Oh, bit of a wobble there from Soul. The problem Soul's got is that because he's running no traction, he is really struggling to find the traction literally out the corners. Where Tomster, I think, is probably running medium traction. Jilkoot's gone. I do not know how you pronounce that, but TT Val Fry. Thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome to beer.tv. Pull up a chair to the bar. Help yourself to a beer. You're doing well, thank you. Welcome to the chat. Okay, Anstan's opened up a 5-second gap now over Tomster's. He's gradually eking it out. Tomster's having to go ultra defensive. Now, Lost Soul got a good drive there. Almost used the wheel spin to his advantage. They come up to the hairpin. Will he have a look at the inside here? Big lock up. I'm surprised, Fraser. I'm surprised Lost Soul hasn't absolutely shredded those intermediates because he locks up almost every corner.
You and me both.
Jono's
be in the pits now.
Okay, Jono's caught these guys as well.
This will be a good battle for second place now.
It's really brewing up because Ben's 1.8 down, so we've got certainly a three-way dance here for second place. But Anstan at the moment is loving it. He's using this battle to eke out another big lock up there from Lost Soul. He's pushing so hard to try and get past Tomster. All the time he's stuck behind him, you can see the race just slipping away. 11 laps to go, including the lap they're on. Bob, sorry not racing dude. He's sick in bed at the moment, but still gets to watch the race. Here comes Lost Soul looking at the inside of Tomster, going into T1, T2.
Oh, he almost got it!
Yeah, that was close.
Can't make it stick.
No, it's... I was more concerned about a T-bone.
How is Tomster keeping him behind him?
Good defensive driving. He's staying off the curbs and just, whenever there's a corner, he is just plonking that no-point racing car right in the middle of the track. Muirhead comes into the pits. Right, I'm going to go on board from Jono's view because Jono is right behind. In fact, we'll go on to some broadcast mode. There we go, three-way dance.
A little further back, we've got King Chris right on the back of Reznov.
Yeah, actually,
great place.
We'll jump on board because that one's been bubbling away nicely for a number of laps now. King Chris really trying. He's on slightly fresher inters, but it's negligible, one lap. Oh, Lost Soul is sorry. Got to go back into Lost Soul. This could be it. This could be the move. He is so close now behind Thompson going into 130R. He's closer than he's been at any stage. No lifting off there. He's got a good line. Thompson's gone defensive to the inside line. And there's contact between the cars. There was contact. Not this time. There was actually contact there. There was a slight contact. Jono picks up a 3-second penalty trying to chase these guys down. What a battle for second place, ladies and gents. This is an epic battle.
Yeah, this is proper edge of your seat stuff.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
why
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a Formula One fan. For moments like this. Pod's in the pits now as well.
Which suggests that
Probably onto a
these...
fresh set of inters.
Yeah, that suggests that these inters for all these guys are very worn now. I mean... Oh, man, I'm surprised... I'm just saying, because obviously, again, I can't reiterate enough, with Souls running no assist, with the lock-up, with no ABS, he must be on tired carcasses by now. You know what I mean? He must be on little scraps of rubber. But he is still pushing Topster as hard as he can as he comes into Degba 2. Again, he's so close going to Degba 2, but not close enough. And Jono is right behind. I think Jono is just sat behind these guys, just waiting for a mistake. He's just biding his time. Just sitting just under a second behind these guys. Handstand 6-second lead now. 10 laps to go, ladies and gents. 10 laps plus the lap that they're on. I think Ben Prime's just playing a safety first race, isn't he? He's kind of like doesn't want to get involved with these guys at the moment. Sat there in 5th. I mean, the championship in essence is still his, even if it might not be decided tonight. And he's just quite happy just to sit a couple of seconds down these guys, not get too involved. And just Sol's made a mistake and Jono goes through.
Oh dear.
Jono, yeah.
I think that's definitely a sign that Lost Soul needs to come in to change his tyres.
Yep. He's going to have a run here at Jono. Jono's gone defensive middle of the track. Lost Soul's going to go around the outside to turn 1. No way. Can't be. It's not an overtaking place there in the wet. He had a damn good look though. That's just given Thompson a little bit of breathing space. But we saw Jono early on there had some very good pace. Sol's really struggling now for the S's. I mean, those inters, they're basically slick tyres now. They've got no tread left in them. Pos, by the way, is all over the back now discreetly. Battle for 9th and 10th place. We expect Pos to get that one done fairly shortly. He's got King Chris and Victor just up the road as well. Thanks for watching, everybody, by the way, tonight. Got 30 plus viewers, always nice to see. Jono a little bit deep there into the hairpin, but recovers, gets good traction out the corner. Of course, anyone who's not followed, if you like the content, click on the old follow button. Become a part of the beer and kebab gaming community. Yeah, Jono's got the pace here, Fraser. I think he's looking good for a possible second place here. It all depends whether Thompson can keep that defensive driving up. I wonder if Sol's going to go in the pits. Oh, another huge lock-up from Lost Soul there. Is he going to pit? Yep, Sol's in the pits.
In he comes.
Understand now the lead 6.7 seconds, ladies and gents, as Jono comes right up behind Thompson going to T1, T2. I think Lost Soul should come out in front of Dragoon though. Discreetly Pos and King Chris. Three-way dance here. These 0.3 of a second between the three cars. Oh my god! He's in the pits.
Discreetly in the pits.
That's going to free up Pos. Pos going to the end, of course. He'd have to run at his best buddy, his Antipodean friend, King Chris. Will there be any friendship here? Will there be no love lost here? King Chris will fight to the death, I'm sure. Good evening, Unique Shots. How you doing, fella? Welcome to Beer.tv. Right, this is the closest battle on track at the moment between Pos and King Chris as they come through the Dunlop curb towards Degner 1. Still raining though, so no sign of slick tyres yet. I tend to think we're going to be running these inters now to the end of the race. Lost Soul came out 6.5 seconds in front of Dragoon. The question is, the top four, will their tyres last to the end? Can they get these inters to the end? It's going to be a tough call.
Well, with how early we saw some of the drivers change onto a fresh set of inters, depending on your time management, we'll need to wait and see.
I'm just scrolling back down the field, having a look at a base there, currently sat in 12th. Skillian in 13th place, about just over a second down. Oh, Pos is all over the back of King Chris, going to jump back on board as they come through the Process chicane. Pos is going to get a good run here. Oh, no, he's in the wall! Pos is dead! Pos is dead, he's in the wall!
No,
he's in the wall! He's in the wall! He, going to have to say that was his own fault there. He went for a slight gap which King Chris left, but there was never really a full car's width there, to be fair. Pos is going to be not happy about that, understandably, but I think it was just a bit too opportunistic, really. He would have had him along the start-finish straight because he was carrying so much speed through there. I just think he made a split-second decision that was the wrong thing to do. Well, here comes Skillian making a move on the base.
Too ambitious.
It was too ambitious.
I think he was a bit too ambitious with that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So that's 7 down. No safety car still in this game. I mean, if ever a crash was a safety car, the place where it is, that's your safety car. But nope.
Absolutely, and Jono went into the back of Tomster, I think.
Oh, let's jump back on
Is
board
that front
that
wing
battle.
damage? It is front wing damage.
Oh no, that's really critical.
That's the sort of thing Jono could have really done with that.
Oh, Shots has been.
Might need to.
Yeah, go on.
You might need to get that front wing changed, which will mean we're going to be back into a battle between Tom and Ben.
Yeah, Jono might as well pit, to be honest with you, because he's going to lose so much time. I mean, well, will he lose 17 seconds back to Lost Soul? Soul's flying, 41.2, fastest so far. That's the question.
Of the race, absolutely.
Yeah, Dan, I wonder if you are going to have a Pos rage. Baku in the Castle Complex and into this video. And Dom is cashing in the points. Dom, Unique Shots cashed in the points, loving the message highlighter.
Just got past Jono. Ben just got past Jono there.
Discreetly 3-second penalty. Right, okay, this is
now
brewing up
to
now.
start closing the gap.
Now, what's the difference between Tomster and Ben at the minute? So Tomster's net 3. I'm going to get the league tables up in a minute. Tomster's net 3. Ooh, not quite. Not quite. If it stays as is, Tomster will be 99 points behind Ben Prime with 4 races to go. If it stays as is. So Ben needs to pass Tomster, or Tomster to or get a fastest lap. That would certainly mathematically make it just about dead cert. I mean, it is pretty much a dead cert anyway, to be fair. Jono's staying out though. He's got the wing damage. I think his opportunity to pit has gone now. It's come and gone. He did have an opportunity to jump back in and possibly come out just behind Lost Soul, but now he will come out possibly even behind Dragoon.
Yeah. But as far as the battle for the championship is concerned, it's going to be, at this point, it's a case of when, not if,
Yeah.
Ben wraps up the title.
It'll be next week in Mexico, unless Thompson has to win every race from now on in. So the gap, as it stands at the moment, is 99 points with 4 races to go. There is potentially 100, with the fastest lap, is 104 points to play for after this race with the fastest lap.
But even then, that's a tall order.
Yeah. I mean, for those in the chat, you know I'm going, not even Mustafa Shag in all of his slowness could fuck that up. Sorry, Shaggy, if you're watching. Actually, I'm not. Okay, so Anstan, our race leader, is quietly pootling along, coming up the back straight. Anstan now, you can see Anstan's line's different. He's trying to pick up some moisture onto those tyres. There's quite a pronounced dry line starting to appear, and Anstan is looking to try and cool his tyres down. Trying to use some of that moisture off the racing line. The gap though, 7.3 seconds back to Tomster. This has been a superlative drive by Anstan, it really has. I really don't want commentator's curse there. He really has driven a good race.
Yeah, he has definitely kept himself out of trouble for a majority of the race. He's kept a cool head with these wet conditions, and he's certainly taking it in his stride.
Jock, stop swearing in the chat. I've got to keep on pressing a button, mate, to allow your disgustingly potty mouth comments, Jock. Because my auto mod keeps on catching them. Right, Ben Prime 1.3 behind Tomster. See, Ben, really, do you think he's got 4 laps to go plus the lap that are on? He knows if he can pass Tomster, he's world champion. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and cruise up behind him and have a go, or just take it to Mexico? Safety first, take the 15 points, move on to Mexico.
That's a tough call, because I mean, you're going to have people that are in two minds about that. One, I mean, part of you, one half will be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I don't care about the consequences. And the other half would be, like you said, play safe, wait till Mexico.
The problem he's got also is, given the track and given the nature of the conditions, the one thing he cannot be now is in two minds. He has to be committed one way or the other. He cannot be in two minds, because that's when mistakes happen. The gap, 1.2 seconds. Not looked at the penalty situation. The way I rock and roll on the streams is I do not, if I see a penalty, I'll call it, but I do not go looking back through the race directory. We wait and see what happens at the end of the race. So I don't know what's happened there. A few guys have appeared, of course, in the steward's black book or the red book. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Right, Jono in fourth. Jono is losing a lot of time now. Lost Soul has taken 9 seconds out of him in 3 laps. Lost Soul's going to catch him before the end of the race here. So Jono's decision to stay out might well have not, but it looks like it's not going to work. Lost Soul fastest lap again, a 1:41.2. Dragoon having a tidy race, back into 6th. Victor in 7th, King Chris in 8th, Muirhead in 9th, discreetly in 10th, the base 11th, Skillian in 12th, Andy B in 13th. You see, Shots can get away with being potty mouth in my chat because he's a moderator. So he can say what he wants. He gets away with that.
I was like, I've actually just had a quick scan of the penalty situation, and
don't say anything.
Ben actually has 8. Ben actually has 8.
Don't say anything regarding the penalties, please. We let that run right to the end.
Okay.
Now he's within a second of Tomster.
Yeah.
Jono is Lost Soul is eating up that gap. It's now 2.7 seconds between Jono and Lost Soul. 3 laps to go, including the lap that are on. Lost Soul also fastest lap of the race so far, which it's going to be difficult seeing anybody beating that. So Lost Soul, he's on for a good set of points here. 4th place, quite possibly, plus fastest lap. Ben Prime almost within a second. In fact, he is within the second now. Crappy camera angle there from Codemasters. Let's switch back to TV pod mode. 3 laps to go, ladies and gents. It's all a Lost Soul fastest lap of the race. Again, a 1:41.0 within 2 seconds to Jono. Ben Prime within 8 tenths now, Tomster. I'll tell you what, FaZe, they've done well to make these tyres last. They really have, considering how early on cars, pitted for fresh inters. They really have made these tyres last. Lost Soul now 1.1 seconds behind.
I've just spotted in the quick unique shots. Call me out for nearly going into detail on the penalties.
Well, the thing is, obviously, each league that has their own style.
Yeah.
It's just to say the way we go in RRF1 is we don't call out the penalties. I used to, not in RRF1, but a previous league I used to do commentary on. I used to give the penalties away, but I tend to find it was always a question of it's sometimes take away the suspension, the actual suspense of what was going on. Yeah, good call. Driver of the day, says Fraser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who is the driver of the day? Lost Soul has got past Jono at Spoon. It was an overtake waiting to happen. But Jono showing good overspeed there in the Toro. Is he going to have a run back at Lost Soul? Now, Ben Prime, 6 tenths. On the penultimate lap, 6 tenths behind Tomster.
I mean, if it were me choosing driver of the day, I would definitely have to say Tomster. He's had such a great recovery drive. Managed to keep out of the way of a majority of the first corner carnage. First lap carnage, I should say. And look at him battling with Ben for the championship.
Oh, Ben Prime is all over the back of him though now. It's half a second. Ben is pushing for the championship. He wants it now.
Yep.
He wants it now. 6 tenths, penultimate lap. This is the closest battle on track. Can Ben take the championship? I mean, I'm not being biased. I really hope it goes to Mexico. Well, because the fact he's English and potentially Scottish doesn't help either. So yeah, that's a black mark against him straight away. But I want the championship. I want to keep. Oh, Ben's made a mistake. Ben's made a mistake. He's spun. Oh no, he's recovered. He has recovered it through Spoon, but he made a mistake.
How did he keep that out of?
Yeah.
How did he keep that out of the wall?
Bit of oversteer there. Back end snaps out. He's managed to hold it, but that guarantees, I think, pretty much the championship's going to go.
That guarantees the championship goes to Mexico.
Unless, of course, Tomster makes a balls up on the last lap. Bish is in the track.
Very interesting.
Dragoon gets D of the D for being in the points. Actually, no. Dragoon's let me down because he hasn't finished 11th, at least not yet. Big Hairy Jock says, my boy Lost Soul drive the day. He's had a... thing is, I can't... He's driven a good race, but you can't give him drive of the day because he just could not get past Tomster.
Exactly.
Anyway, on board of Amstan for the S's for the final time, just going past a lap car. I think it was Skillian's car. Yeah,
but like I said, at the end of the day, for me, I would definitely say either Amstan for driver of the day for me, just for how consistent he was throughout the race, and Tomster for his incredible recovery drive to keep the championship hopes alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Tobes is in the chat. What happened to Dean? All I can say is one word, or 2 words: air ambulance. That's it. Okay. You ahead, by the way, he's trying to push hard to take King Chris. Jono's disqualified for too many penalties. Oh dear, no. That's a disaster. And that moves Dragoon up to 5th. Dragoon 5th. We'll be in a...
Can you believe it?
Are we in a parallel universe or something? Anyway, on board of Amstan. Comes up towards 130R for the final time. We'll jump on the TV pod mode. Amstan to take a well-deserved victory here in Japan. Led from start to finish. No mistakes. Definitely not RIP Amstan this week. It is RRF1 Amstan. Here he goes.
A great qualifying performance as well. He wins
the line.
The
he takes the victory here in Suzuka, Japan. Tomster. Second now. Where's Ben? Ben has got a couple of penalties. Ben drops back down to third. What about Lost Soul in fourth? Unserved penalty, that was for Ben.
Yeah. No change in position at the moment for Ben.
Lost Soul takes fourth. Dragoon there has got Victor now.
Yep.
It all depends on penalties. Dragoon's going to cross the line in fifth place. Does he stay in fifth? We're about to find out. Good batch of points there for Dragoon. He's had a tough season. Good to see him back in the double-figure points.
Yeah.
If he stays there. He crosses the line in fifth. Does he stay fifth? Yes, he does! Good stuff from Dragoon. Victor.
Just.
Sixth place. King Chris crosses the line. Our Baku winner. It seems such a long time ago. And he jumps Victor.
Yeah, Baku goes.
He jumps.
King Chris
He
goes
jumps
up
Victor.
into sixth. Muirhead stays eighth.
Vic stays there. Where's Discreetly? He's had a nondescript
He's just coming through the final
race.
chicane now.
Surprising to see him
Ninth
so far
place for
down.
him.
A base is coming up to
We've
the
just
line
got-
now. Can a
got a
base
base left.
Can a base take the final point scoring position? Andy B is 4 seconds behind him. Here comes a base. Comes around the final corner. It's been a tough, long old race for base, but he crosses the line in 10th. Does he stay 10th? No, did he?
I think he does.
I think he did. Yes, he did. Confirmation there. And Skillian was the final finisher. Of course, Skillian was a lap down. So, ladies and gentlemen, once they've finished squirting their white virtual fizzy stuff all over each other, which is disgusting, we will go and give you the runners and riders final standings. Here we go, the most pointless thing in F1. Yeah, whatever. Aston Villa Football Club Henry, thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome to beer.tv. Pull up a chair to the bar, help yourself to a beer. You've actually missed a classic, but you can watch it on video on demand. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give you a quick rundown. Anstan, what a superb victory from Anstan. Thoroughly deserved, start to finish, job done. Tomster second, Ben Prime third. The World Championship fight goes on, it lives for at least one more week. Off to Mexico next week. Lost Soul fourth. Dragoon, excellent drive, fifth place. King Chris, solid points there for the McLaren 6. Victor Esnov in seventh. Muir 8. Discreetly, a nondescript race for Discreetly. I think he'd be disappointed with that in ninth. And a base in 10th gets the final point scoring. Andy B and Skillian also finished in 11th and 12th respectively. And then, a whole rush of DNFs. Poz, Didcot, Wybinator, Dino, Pete, Vulcan, Scotty and Jono. Dead. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Japan. And now we're going to get the guys in for have a quick chat, ask them how their race went on, wait for Anstan, wait for Topster and Mr. Ben Prime to come and join the old party. I think I've got it open. Make sure it's open. Yeah, I'll just ping some invites out. And we'll have a chat with the victors. Where's Tomster? I don't even have Tomsters on my friends list, actually. Where's Anstan? Oh, he's another RRF1 guy, isn't he? Oh my god, I've got to scroll all the way to the bloody bottom here. But yeah, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Right, that's Tomster's invite sent. And where's Anstan? Have I gone past him, have I? Anstan, come and jump in, dude. Nathan NLFC 1996, thank you for the follow, dude. Welcome to beer.tv. Hopefully I've got that. Nathan at LFC, Liverpool Football Club, hopefully. Not Luton. Welcome to the channel, dude. Beer.tv, the place to be on a Friday night. Alrighty. Who are we waiting for? We've got everybody. Just waiting for Anstan to connect.
That's everyone here.
Here we go. Right, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, our race winner, RRF1 Anstan. Congratulations, dude. What a fantastic drive. Pole position, start to finish, number one. Tell us all about it.
Oh, well. Practice made perfect, to be honest. Yeah, as soon as I found out it was wet, that was it. I just knew didn't really need to save the tyres throughout qualifying, so I just thought less fuel. I just gun it on my fast laps. Worked out fine. Yeah, and then when it come to the race, I was shitting bricks to begin with. Really was, just because of the sheer volume of rain that was coming down.
It was lashing down.
Yeah, but no, I controlled it.
Thing is, yeah, you
I knew the start was crucial.
You did what your teammate has been doing all season. You pull out a bit of a gap and then just control it. You know, just take it easy, concentrate on your race rather than anybody else's. And that is what you said you were going to do before the start of the race, and you did exactly that.
First stint, I literally just maximum everything, maximum fuel. And then, yeah, as soon as I went onto the Inters, that was it. I just put it on standard. And, yeah, controlled it.
When you went onto the Interzan, was it you were just following suit with the, because obviously cars around you were pitting, or was it the time on that lap to come in?
To be fair, well, we had Joel and Murray in the party as well, and they went on to the Inters first. So I asked their advice first, and they said, yeah, it's Inters straight away. So that was it. They confirmed. I boxed, and the end was history.
Absolutely. Well, a fantastic win. And by the way, that puts you over 100 points for the season, mate, which is a bloody good shout, mate. I think it's your second win of the season as well, isn't it? Second win of the season?
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah, congratulations,
Steve. For that as well, considering I moved up to Division 2. Didn't think I was going to be even winning a race. Wow. So to do 2 wins now.
Absolutely, mate.
And over, 100 points.
Number 1 driver in Red Bull?
I wouldn't go that
far. Congratulations, mate. A thoroughly deserved win. I mean, I remember I did say in the stream, you're a solid driver in the wet. I remember last year at France, mate, when you absolutely annihilated me in the wet. I had no answer.
Yes.
So you showed your pace. Good stuff. Fraser, is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, all I can say is it was a very consistent performance from you, Anstan. Pole position, keeping yourself out of trouble in the opening laps, and then just all the way to the flag.
God, it's gone quiet.
Thank you.
All right.
Pad died. Literally as he started talking, the pad went. So
it was almost like the awkward silence when you're on your first date with your girlfriend and you ask her if she takes up the arse or not. You know what I mean? It was that awkward silence. You know what I mean? But anyway,
I don't know what you ask on the first date.
You don't want to know, dude. But yeah, congratulations, man. 25 points in the bag. Quick thoughts on Mexico next week.
I've had a little go. Yeah, there's a few bits that I still need to master, a few little turns, but yeah, I'm up there.
Oh, it's
not going to reveal my time, but I'm up there.
Okay, it's quite a similar track to Japan in many ways. It's a slippy, slidey track, lots of places where you can run off, make a mistake. So it'll be interesting to see how you get on next week. But best of luck, mate. Man,
to be honest, I did actually try my Monza setup. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. Little tweak, but yeah.
There's some little tips there for your rivals. Use the Monza setup. You heard it first on this channel. But congrats, mate. Good, solid win. Well done.
Thank you.
Then, moving on to second place. A guy who, in the eyes of many, was driver of the day. A great defensive drive, Tomster. Another bag full of points and the championship battle. You live to fight another day. Tell us all about it.
Qualifying didn't go as I planned. I don't really know what happened. I just had 2 really, really bad laps. So then I thought I need to nail the setup really for the wets. And then I got disconnected, which was a bit of a pain in the arse, and I thought I wasn't going to get back in, but I managed to get back in before the race started. And then carnage on turn 1. I don't really know what happened, but I went from 14th to 5th, I think, after the first corner. So that helped. And then after the first lap I ended up in 4th, and then I overtook Sneaky in the pits because I think he got wing damage, and I was just trying to defend the whole time. I quite like defending, so I think because I put a really good straight line setup on, I think I knew that I wouldn't be able to be overtaken because I was a bit slow in all the corners, but when it got to the straights I knew no one could catch me no matter what.
Yeah, it was like it was a masterclass. You just put in the car exactly where it needs to be in the corners, to just stop Sneaky. I mean, you probably heard him. He was locking up every corner, trying everything he could to try and get past you. A couple of times I thought he is just going to go flying up your arse but he managed to avoid
I
it.
know, yeah.
But yeah, and that was a great drive. So you had managed to avoid the carnage at the start. You got those positions. You got yourself, as you'd mentioned, ahead of Sneaky during the pit stop rounds, and then held him off for the rest of the race. And like they all do, eventually, if they can't get past you, they make mistakes. As simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
I absolutely shit myself in qualifying as well when I nearly hit the back of Jono.
oh, I got it on stream, mate. That was scary. Right at the Prost Centre chicane, right towards the end of the lap. That was scary.
Yeah, I just came around the corner and he was just there. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was mad. But congratulations, mate. 18 points in the bag. Championship hopes are still there. You can still topple the domination of Ben Prime. So best of luck next week in Mexico. And I'll just quickly hand you over to Fraser to see if there's anything he'd like to add.
Not really much else I can add apart from fantastic recovery drive after a poor qualifying performance.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Alrighty, moving on to third place. Do you know what, Fraser? You can take it away because I am sick and tired of interviewing this guy. I've interviewed him virtually every bloody race this season, and I'm sick of his voice. I'm just kidding. Another 15, another 15 points of my bloody good friend Ben Prime. But Fraser, it's all yours.
Yeah, so, Ben, good to hear from you again.
How are we doing? It's good to hear from you too, kidder.
Yeah, so how do you feel the race went from your perspective?
Disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. I've underfueled the car and underfueled it too much, so I was in mix one longer than I'd like to be and had no pace in the first stint as a result of that. Thompson then shoved me through the chicane, which gave me a bad exit, and then he passed me. That was nice. I then got a 5-second penalty for the slightest corner cut, but it is what it is. I made the best of a bad situation. I come out of the pits. I didn't think the Inters would make it to the end, so I was just tyre saving. I let Jono get past me. I knew he was quicker than me at that point anyway. And Lost Soul and Thompson were battling, so I thought if they race hard, the tyres might pop towards the end. And then they ended up three-way battle. So this is all right here. I'm all right in fifth. They're going to battle each other, and something's going to happen. Lost Soul pitted. Jono lost his wing, and I bowled through in third. I nearly took second. But I dropped it in spoon. I'd not turned my RS back down to 2. I'd left it in 4 to try and get a better exit. Because out the chicane, Thompson had more traction than I did coming out and left me for dead, really. But coming out of the spoon, I had more traction. Strange, really. I can't work out why, but it is what it is. I'll take third. Happy, given I qualified 7th. I had a stinker in quali as well.
Yeah, we did see that the qualifying wasn't exactly the best from you, but didn't stop you from delivering another consistent performance.
Yeah, but it helped that 3 or 4 of the guys that qualified in front of me all jumped the start. I don't know how that happened. I'm looking at it going, the lights are still there and they're going. Am I glitched? Am I lagging? What's going on here? Well, I just waited till the lights went out and then went.
Yeah, we did see the jump starts, but
Jump start shit me up.
I was saying during the race itself, it's a matter of when, not if, you wrap up the championship.
I've never seen ever. I just take each race as it comes. Another podium's good for my record this season, so yeah, happy for me. Delighted for my teammate. Drove superb all weekend. In the early qualifying, the base was the man to beat, and I'm not sure what happened to him in Q3, if he had a crash or that, but he didn't qualify. He did qualify in front of me, yeah. Oh, he lost his wing at the start,
That's
didn't
right,
he?
yeah. He was involved with the...
Yeah, he did.
All right, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple of words with you, mate. To say, all but champion. It's still possible. Mathematically, Thompson can still steal your crown, but it's looking rather inevitable now. Mexico... Let's see if it can happen at Mexico. Of course, the real World Championship's been settled a couple of times at Mexico quite recently, so... will the virtual World Championship be settled there? We'll find out next week, ladies and gents. But congratulations, Ben. Congratulations to all our podium finishes. And indeed, I'm going to give a shout out to all the guys who finished tonight, because those were tricky driving conditions. Japan, as I said multiple times in the stream, it's a hard track at the best of times. In the wet, it's a fucking nightmare. And you guys all deserve a major pat on the back for a job well done. Also, thanks to all the guys in the chat. It was an entertaining chat, I will say that. But thanks for the banter, the follows, the subs, all the good stuff. And also, big thanks to my right-hand man here, Fraser. Really enjoyed being in the commentary booth with him tonight. It's nice to have a fresh voice in the box, and hopefully we'll see him again very, very soon in the commentary box. So thank you indeed, Fraser. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated, dude. Right.
Pleasure's all mine. It's always a pleasure to be able to be in the commentary box for any league.
Absolutely.
Regardless of who it is.
Absolutely. Well, once again, on behalf of all of us, thank you very much indeed. Right, ladies and gents, looking forward. We still have plenty of racing to come this weekend. Tomorrow night, it's RRF1 Saturday night. Formerly known as Competitive Sim Racing. It's now RRF1, and we are back for Japan. Now, Poz will be streaming from his point of view. I might be streaming the race tomorrow night. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. But I will be back. Beer.tv is live 8:45 Sunday night for the Division 1 Elite Superstar Japanese Grand Prix. It should be an absolute belter. Can anyone stop Syke and Bingley? Will Towley sort them out? We'll find out on Sunday. But that's about it, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching the show tonight. We'll see you very soon. But for now, it's goodbye.